Yo, what's happening, my people? It's good to be back. Example the God in the building. Back with the GODCAST number 3. I apologise for the lack of consistency with the podcast stuff. Honestly, I've just been so in the zone with this music. I just got back from London. I went down there on the weekend for a little rave. There's this club. It was my first time going there. It's been long awaited. Ever since I sort of started getting into this house music and raving, always wanted to go to Fabric, right? It's this super club in London. The whole thing is underground. It's fucking mental, yo. It's mental. As soon as I stepped in there, I knew, like, yo, we're gonna own some place like this. It was just a cultural hot spot, you know what I'm saying? Like, such a wide diversity of people there, and yeah, it was just amazing music. To be fair, I haven't talked about it so much on the example sort of platform. I love house music, especially, I guess the way I describe it, deep tech, real just groovy kind of modular sounds, groovy drums. Yeah, I love that shit. And yeah, it's definitely a life-changing experience going down there. It really is my dream or one of my dreams, to just be out there DJing, spreading vibes through a crowd, just fucking, you know what I'm saying, spreading love through the music, through the frequencies. Like, I love that shit so much. I've only been DJing for like a year, and before I never ever would have thought I would end up being a DJ, you know. But I'm really trying to get more into DJing hip hop. Right, I really want to do some mixes just of like Dilla beats, with just like rare hip hop joints that I've got. So yeah, leave a comment if you'd be interested in that, because I definitely want to get on that, get them out on YouTube, Mixcloud and everything. But yeah, it's good to be back talking with you. I've been quite distant from the social media. Basically, I've just been in such a creative zone. I made about 13 projects in 3 days, just with all these beats I had. I made quite a lot of new beats for them as well, but I've realised I've hit like beat 2090 something now. All these beats, they just sat on my hard drive, just not doing anything. And yeah, I just sort of come to like just a crazy realisation, like, fuck, I've got to get these out to the people. And I guess I've got a bit of tunnel vision. I sort of forgot about making content and shit, but it's calm. I'm back on it now, yo. Back to taking over the world, you know what I'm saying? But I'm honestly so fucking excited for everyone to hear this music that I've been working on. I've really channeled my soul in these beats, and yeah, I just love it. I'm just adding finishing touches to these projects. I'm really, basically, right, I'm quite all over the place with my fucking, I don't know, artistic endeavours, right? Especially when it comes to hip hop. Like, I love rapping, but I don't love rapping over all of my beats. Like, some of my beats, I just don't really think my voice goes over very well, and I just don't get that inspired to write over. So basically, with my projects, I'm basically sort of merging beat tapes with albums with raps on them. So like, some joints are just gonna be beats with, like, maybe I'll do a remix of, you know, like I'll take a fucking Mobb Deep or Kendrick acapella or something, you know, like on some cooking soul shit. Some tracks I'm actually gonna have me rapping over, and then some joints will just be beats, and then some joints will be beats with other artists that I'm working with over it, but not me, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I feel like that'll serve to create interesting projects. But it is meaning that some of my projects are taking a little bit longer, because I'm such a perfectionist with this shit. I can't help it, but I guess that's what serves to make the art so great. Because I just put my blood, sweat and tears into this shit. Like, every little element, I just love being so meticulous with it, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I've really been writing some crazy raps. I've been writing crazy raps for quite a while now, but I just really, I'm slowly getting there, but I always kind of doubt my delivery, and when I listen back, I'm like, nah, it's not doing the rhymes justice, you know, it's not doing the bars I don't want to put people off with because of my voice or because of the way, I don't know, it's hard to explain. I think most of it's just me overthinking, and I've got to get over that shit, because we've got to get these raps out there, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm so excited for the future of this music and what's going down. You honestly just wanted to say thank you, like, for all the support I've been getting on my content. Because sometimes I get mad demoralised. I've always had a problem with just getting in my own head, and it's just, it's so positively affirming when people comment like, yo, I see you out here on your grind, on the movement, making the fresh beats. The fact that people are loving the videos as well, like, I'm really getting into a groove with the content. Like, if you've been following me since I sort of started this journey, which a lot of you actually have, like, you can see my journey with the content. Like, I was even saying it in my earlier videos, like, I don't have much of a clue what I'm doing. I'm sort of figuring it out on the spot. It's good to be finding out a place where I'm making content and I'm like, damn, it's actually quite engaging. It's quite proud of what I'm making, you know. I'm really just trying to get the beats out there in the most digestible way possible, but in the best way that expresses me and the vibes that I'm trying to emit through this music and through the frequencies, right? This is why I really want to, I want to get like a film camera, right? A camera that shoots to film. I take photos with that, so I can capture this raw vibe that I capture in the beats. Because I'm really trying to find ways to make my content, especially my photos and my videos, more to feel more raw, right? I want it to feel like you're here in the attic with me on this grind, on this come up. Because this truly is the come up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen the visions of what the future holds, and like, this right here is nothing. Although we've already achieved greatness together, we're on the road to omnipotence, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just so thankful, yo. I'm just so thankful to the universe, really. Like, the fact I'm in this position, I never thought I'd be here. I never thought I'd have people interacting with my music, actually being a part of my movement, you know. And honestly, I just wanted to say a big thank you to all the people that's really showing support. You know, my man Hard Spitter, again, Kovacs, Lucius Ambrose, obviously Risk, Kendall Spencer, Ace Helm. Thanks for all the comments on the YouTube. But I mean, there's so many more people. But honestly, I just got love for everyone. You know what I'm saying? It's really, you people are you're the originals of the movement. You know, like, there's gonna be millions of fucking people that are part of this movement, and I'm never gonna forget who is here right now. You know, it really is going down. We really are taking over the world together, you know what I'm saying? It's brilliant. It's really beautiful. I've just been thinking so deep recently about how we all need to help each other. See, where I've really been deep in this knowledge that we are all the same consciousness. We're all just God trying to express itself. I've just been really thinking about how you can't achieve. Nah, I'm not gonna say that. You need people more than, like, I can't even think of the way to say it. Like, I feel like people are more important than money, than material things. Just connections, true connections with people. What I was talking about before the video cut off, it's just how for a while now I've been really working on building my brand in terms of followers on social media, in terms of just the traction that my content is generating, right? But the more and more sort of views I start to get on my videos, and the more I just realise how little weight that holds. I really thought it was the answer. I thought getting lots of followers, getting my brand popping, I thought that was sort of the answers to my problems in this music shit. But I've started to realise now what's way more gratifying to me than getting views and all that is having actual conversations with people. I seriously love just interacting with the people that I meet online, whether it's other artists or just people that love music. I love just meeting other music enthusiasts, other traveling souls in this fucking dimension that we're in, you know. It's honestly brilliant. It is honestly brilliant. Like this social media, although it can have negative impacts, I think it's so beautiful how we can all connect like this. Like where I'm out here in the UK, I would never have met any of the people that I'm actually good friends with now over in America without Instagram, without fucking YouTube, you know. It really is madness, yo. I'm just so grateful to be in this position. For a long time in my life, like, because I'm so just in love with older music, you know, especially in the 70s, but then obviously the golden age fucking hip hop as well, all this shit from the 90s, you know, that is what really, that's my foundation, you know. So I spent a lot of my earlier life wishing I was born in those times. I was like, damn, I wish I was born in America in the 80s or 90s, be there while fucking, you know what I'm saying, the Roots are about, fucking Dilla's there in Detroit, like. But now this past year or so, I realised, like, I was meant to be born in this time. And I realised everyone that is born now was meant to be born in this time, because there's so many tools available to us now that didn't even exist back then. I really just think about, like, Jay Dilla, for example. Like, imagine if he had the tools, like, looking at what he did with the minimal tools, you know, with the MPC and just all that analog equipment. Imagine what he could do now with, what really comes to my mind is the fact that we can go on YouTube now and find rare fucking samples from Ethiopia, Japan, Brazil, whereas before they would have had to fucking fly over to Brazil or Japan to get records to sample, you know what I'm saying? And it just really makes you think, I'm so fucking lucky to be in this position that I'm in, be in this time that I'm in now. Yeah, just so grateful. But I've been struggling quite a lot these past couple of days just with I don't know, just being consistent in applying this new knowledge that I've come across, right? Especially with the foods and with just my morning routine, right? Because I started waking up at 4:44 a.m. right in the mornings, and at first it was so easy. These past few days, I wake up and I just fall back asleep, and it just fucks me up. I'm like, because I feel so good when I get up early, get all my shit done, and by the time my shit's done, it's only fucking 7 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And with the foods as well, like I keep slipping. Like every now and then I'll fucking eat a chocolate bar, have an ice cream or something like that, you know. And it's quite difficult when you're constantly surrounded by those things. Like where I'm living, everyone else eats those foods, so it's like, yeah. But what I keep thinking to myself, right, is if you were say held captive, right, and someone was feeding you a poison, me missing processed foods and sugary shit that fucking is killing your body, right? Me missing that is the same as if someone's been feeding me poison and I say, oh, I miss the poison, I miss eating the poison. This is what I was talking about with my man Half. I was like, bruv, like, we can't be like that. We can't be in Tesco and be like, oh, I miss eating chocolate, I miss. So you're literally saying, like, yo, I miss fucking poisoning myself. And when I really deep that, I'm like, yeah, fuck that, I ain't eating that shit. But yeah, it's just when I get stoned, to be honest, I just fuck it. Yeah, I can't believe it. I just need to I've really just been trying to just tap into my mind, because even with how far I've come on this spiritual journey, there's still negative energy dormant in my body. Like, I can feel it. There's things that just I feel like a drain in my energy, you know. Like, I'm just sat here trying to get things done, and sometimes I just feel so de-energized, so demoralized. And I think it's these past traumas and these past just negative experiences and emotions that I've held on to and are literally stored in my chakras that are holding me back. And I'm really just trying to cleanse my body and just really fucking cleanse my energetic field, the aura around. Like, your second body. You know what I'm saying? I've been reading this book, The User, right? I think I talked about it in the last podcast, and yeah, I've just been learning about how we, you know, our energy, the aura around us, the only way I can think of it is like magnetizing, you know, like just the energy of our body is equally as important as the physical body, the organs, you know what I'm saying? And I think, I'm really just trying to go deep and just cleanse my chakras. That's the only way I can put it into words, right? I've been doing crazy because quite a while ago I was into like Kundalini meditation, but I guess I did Kundalini yoga, right? But I guess I didn't really understand the depths of it. I didn't understand how deep and rooted in our ancestry the purposes of that yoga and meditation is. I've been getting back into it, just doing some meditation, doing some breath work as well, and I'm feeling myself. I'm coming back, you know what I'm saying? I'm tapping back into my higher self, my true self. And it feels amazing. I feel like that's why these past few weeks, it feels like I've just been being beamed all the answers. That's what I think is so interesting about this path that I'm on. And honestly, it's probably the same for you as well. But I just feel like all of this shit is destined, right? And it's all a test, because on this path of the music, I overcome a big obstacle, and then right here is another big glaring obstacle. But when I've been doing these meditations in the morning and really just tapping in, and I guess, I don't know how to put it into words, I guess being free from the mind for a minute, right? I feel like all the answers are just being beamed to me, whether it's ideas for content, ideas for how I'm going to grow the brand, ideas for how to do this, push this music, ideas for these projects. Like, I always hit a roadblock, like, oh fuck, like, you know, I've been trying to live stream, right? And then I'll just come into problems like, oh, my fucking laptop isn't working, it doesn't do it, the thing's lagging. But then, you know, the next morning I'll be meditating, and then the answer just appears. It's so strange. I feel so connected to God right now, and I just feel so connected to everyone. That's what was beautiful about this rave that I went to. It's the first rave I've been to since I've sort of really tapped back in with myself. And it was beautiful. Like, I was just interacting with people. Like, you know, when I go to raves, I'll always make it my priority to go and meet new people and network. It's basically what I was saying. Down in London, obviously, I don't really know many people. And in order to run my own event with this house music and, hold raves, like, I've got to know people. So when I'm at these raves, I'm always talking to random people, always striking conversation. And it's always been, you know, I've always felt like quite a, I don't know the word, but I feel like I've always got on with people. I've always had the ability to deeply connect with people. But yeah, at this rave, I just felt so present. You know, a lot of the times, I find when we're, at least with me, but I think everyone gets this, to be honest, even if they're not aware of it. Sometimes when we're interacting with people and we're talking, we're quite busy thinking about ourselves and trapped in our own head, rather than listening 100% and putting all your attention on the other person. And I think that is quite a transcendental thing. Like, I'm just sat there truly listening to someone, just looking them in the eyes, and like someone that I've never met before and I'm here with now, we're having a proper conversation and we've held eye contact for like fucking ages. And it's so weird. Like, I've really just feel like I've lost all awkwardness and all. Yeah, I've realised you decide whether to feel awkward, whether to feel uncomfortable in a situation. That realisation was the most freeing thing for me. Like, I spoke about it in the other podcast. Like, in my past, I was really quite timid. I was quite scared. I was quite anxious. And now I'm the exact opposite. And what's so weird, right? When I meet people, and even people that I've known, like, I found out that it was never even immediately obvious how sort of scared I was. I think we're all trapped so deeply in our own minds, so invested in our own fabricated bullshit. Biggest thing that I sort of learned recently, right, is if you struggle with thinking about, like, okay, so the most freeing thing for someone that worries about what other people think about them is the fact that they seldom do. People are so busy thinking about themselves, they're not thinking about you. They're like, no one cares if you embarrass yourself, if you do something silly. Like, yeah, and that's honestly been the most freeing thing. Even if I do something embarrassing now, I own it. I would never let anyone affect my inner perception of myself, the way I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just crazy. I can't believe I lived my childhood being so caught up in that. But I think it had to happen. I feel like that was the lesson of my life, or of my childhood. Obviously, there's lots of lessons, but that was the biggest one. Because now I can go on to be the person I'm truly supposed to be. Yeah, I love that shit. I love that shit. I love that we're here on this music grind, and we're here together doing something that is, it's not uncharted. Like, people have done it before, but especially being where I'm at now in the UK, people think that's impossible. Like, when I first got into this, people find it insane that I make money, I make a living from selling beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time I meet someone new and I tell them that, their mind's boggled. As I feel like in America, obviously I don't know, but I feel like, is it more of a common thing? Is that not as weird if you tell someone that you're a fucking producer and you make money making music? It's so, because that's, I feel like that's another reason why I'm here in this position, even though I wanted to be in America and I wanted to be in the heart of this hip hop, because one, I'm setting an example for especially the people close to me that you can really do whatever you want. You don't have to conform to this. You don't have to conform to this notion that we have to have a job and you know, live your life a certain way. And I really feel like I was talking about in the last one, and I was a minute ago, like, I really feel like life is a test. Like, we're here to progress our souls, and that's why I was placed here, because it's a hard position to be in. And yeah, this is what I've really been pondering recently. Just this grind, and really, just where I'm at now and where I'm headed to. Because I've just really been trying to visualize my future again. This is what I talked about in the last one, or maybe the first one. Like, I'm really trying to gain a new picture of who I'm trying to become. I don't want to become stagnant. I don't want to become complacent with who I am right now. So yeah, I hope people can relate to that. I hope that you're also out there trying to be your best self, you know, because that's really what I'm trying to promote on this podcast. I'm really trying to get my message clear, and that message is that we have the power. Like, God is within us. We can't listen to the indoctrinating bullshit that is given to us by the people that rule us, telling us that we're not God, we're not omnipotent, they tell us we're confined to this material world, but that's ridiculous. This is only one dimension of living. This is only what's within our perception. So yeah, that's madness. But what I wanted to leave on is this little quote that I got right here, right? Because right now is, you know, I've found throughout my life there's been these big periods of change, right? And every time I've always what's the word? I can't think of the word. I've resisted this change every other point in my life. Now is another time of that change. things, that really drastic changes are happening in my life and my people's life right now, all the people close to me. And this is the first time that I feel not only content with that change and I've accepted it, but I actually feel really excited for it. Like, I feel like this is what I've been waiting for. Before, I was just too living in the past, so I didn't see that this change was what I needed. But now, yeah, I feel so brilliant. And what I wanted to leave on is that the only constant in life is change. The only thing you can rely on in your life that will always be there is change. And I think that's the craziest, like, it's just wordplay at its finest, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I really think we live in a dimension of polarity, right? Everything has an opposite. And I think, I've just lost my train of thought. I don't really know where I was going with that, but yeah, I think it's beautiful. I think, like, we're already here for a reason. And this change that's happening right now is, I wonder if everyone else is experiencing this change as well. Like, maybe we're all in sync. Maybe we're all experiencing things at the same time. We're just so unaware of it. We're just so removed from the oneness and so invested in the separateness that we don't even see. We're all experiencing the same things, maybe just in slightly different environments. So that's a really interesting thought to leave off on. Yeah, honestly, I really hope everyone's well. I've really just got love for everyone. Thank you, honestly, thank you for all the support on my content on this podcast. And yeah, honestly, we're truly taking over the world together, people. Yeah, stay inspired, stay healthy, just spread love, and yeah, please take care of yourself. Peace and love, everyone.